All right, good morning. Well, let's go ahead and get going. So we'll just start in a seat, legs crossed, just sitting up, nice and tall. Rest those hands, those palms on those knees. Closing down those eyes, we'll roll those shoulders down and back. And then just begin to breathe in and out through the nose, filling those lungs completely, and just exhaling it out through the nose. We'll stay here for a moment, just focusing on that breath. Trying to release any stress, any tension with that breath. Really filling those lungs, feeling that rise of the belly of the chest. And exhale, feel like you're softening a little bit more into the mat. Let's go ahead and grab onto the fronts of those knees, around that spine, roll it on back, tucking that chin. Inhale, bring it forward and up, lengthen through that spine, lift through that chest. Exhale, round it back down. Inhale, bring it forward and up. Again, round it back. And bring it forward. Lift, lengthen out, and then we can walk those hands out. Sit really, really tall. Maybe walk those hands out a little further. And we'll walk those hands over to that right side. And let's go over to that left side. Bring it back to center. Hold it here for a breath or two. And we'll walk those hands back. Sitting really tall, we'll reach those arms out. Let's twist it over to that right side. Sit tall on that inhale. Exhale, look over that shoulder, twist. Now we'll keep that left hand on the knee, that right arm reaches up and over, big side bend, grounding through that right hip. Inhale, reach it back up, twisting it over to that left side, sit tall. Then exhale, twist a little more. And then keeping that right hand on that knee, reach that left arm up and over. And bring it back up. Let's switch that cross of the legs. Again, hands on the front, so there's knees around that spine. Roll it on back. Inhale, bring it forward, up, lengthen out. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, bring it forward, lift and lengthen out. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, bring it forward, flatten out that back, and then walk those hands forward. Let's walk those hands over to, it'll be your right side. Go center, then we can go over to that left side. And then bring it back to center. Pause it here. And walk those hands back. Sit up tall, reach those arms up. Let's twist over to your left side to start. Sit tall on the inhale. Exhale, a little deeper twist. Then we'll bring that left arm up and over, big side stretch. And inhale, both arms up, twist to the other side. And then we'll bring that right arm up, big stretch up and over. Inhale, bring it back up. Let's come on to hands and knees. Few cat-cows. Spread those fingers out, pressing into those palms. Inhale, drop that belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone as we look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. One more time, lift, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, bring it to our neutral spine. Step those feet back to our plank. Chest is pulling forward, pressing those shoulders blades away from each other just slightly. I'm going to pull those hands back, toes are pulling forward. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press those hips up. Downward facing dog. So hips press up, heels press down. And one more breath. And come onto those toes. Bend those knees, step those feet, top of the mat. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, again, lengthen out again. Hands to the shins. Exhale, slide the hands down, fold. One more time, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And inhale, bend into those knees, rise up to standing, reach it up tall. Side bend over to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Inhale, reach it up. Pull those elbows down. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Open up through that chest. Then with the fingers interlace, bend those knees, hinge from those hips, fold. Keep pulling those knuckles up and back. And release those hands as we fold. Plant those hands, step those feet back to our plank. Shift it forward, lower down onto the stomach, point the toes. Lift that chest cobra. Or you can press up into that up dog. And exhale, send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more breath. And inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step those feet, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold 2 more times. Lengthen and fold. Lengthen and fold. Bend into those knees, rise up to standing, reach it up tall. Interlace those fingers, side bend to the right. Back up to the left. Back up, elbows down, interlace those fingers. Open up that chest. Bend those knees as we fold. A little more length on that inhale. And release those hands down. Step those feet back to our plank. Lower. Inhale, lift that chest, your choice. Cobra or up dog. And exhale, send those hips to the sky, down dog. Move through that one more time. Inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step those feet, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees, rise. Interlace the fingers, side bend to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Inhale back up, interlace those fingers, open that chest, and fold. Lengthen, and release those hands, plant them. Step it back to our plank, vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. One more breath. Now from here, step those feet behind those hands into that squat stance. So heels in, toes out, sink those hips down, lifting through that chest. Nice flat back, knees are pressing out. Now from here, bring that right hand down, left arm reaches up so you can press that knee or the elbow into the knee. Don't let the hips sway to one side though. And then we'll switch, left hand lowers down, right arm reaches up. And bring it back to center. And straighten those legs as we fold. Bring those feet parallel to each other. A little sway from side to side. And go ahead and plant those hands. Step those feet back to plank. Vinyasa. Down dog when you're ready. Feet together. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Curl that knee to the nose. Step that foot through. Back heel grounds down. Inhale, rise up into that warrior one. Bend into that front knee. Keep those hips square, and then really press into that back heel. One more breath. Now let's interlace those fingers. Open that chest and exhale, fold. Release those hands, rise back up. Little balance here. We're gonna lower those hands down just a few inches in front of that foot. Left leg is gonna lift into those half splits. Lengthen through the spine, then exhale, fold. Keep lifting through that left leg. Big step back, squaring those hips off into that runner's lunge. Then we'll twist. Left arm reaches up. And hands down. Step back to plank. Vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. Bring those feet together. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Curl that knee and step that foot through. Back heel grounds down. Inhale those arms up. Square the hips. Really active through those feet. Press into that right heel in particular. Now let's interlace those fingers. Open that chest and fold. And release those hands. Rise back up into that standing splits. Hands down. Right leg lifts. And big step back. Runner's lunge. Right hand plants. Twisting. Left arm reaches up. And lower that hand down. Step that foot back to plank. Vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. And come onto those toes. Let's step those feet behind those hands. Heels in, toes out. Squat down. Now right hand down, left arm up. And switch sides. Bring those hands to heart center. Maybe press the knees out a little bit more. And straighten those legs as we fold. Inhale, lengthen, a little deeper hamstring stretch. And plant those hands. Step those feet back to our plank vinyasa. Down dog. Feet together. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Curl that knee to the nose. Step the foot through. Back heel down. Inhale those arms up. Interlace the fingers. Open that chest. And fold. Release the hands. Rise back up. Hands to the mat as that left leg lifts. Big step back into that lunge. Twisting right arm reaches up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Lower. Lift that chest. And down dog. Other side. Feet together. Left leg lifts. Curl that knee and step that foot through. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Open the chest. Interlacing those fingers. And humble warrior. Release. Rise on up. Standing splits. Hands down. Right leg up. And big step back into that lunge. Twisting that left arm up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. Feet together. Inhale. Right leg lifts. Bring that right knee to that right wrist. Foot comes across. Just get the big outer hip stretch. Lowering onto those forearms. Resting that head onto the hands. Maybe all the way onto your mat. And breathing here. Pushing right shin down and back, left knee's pressing down and forward, holding that for a few breaths. Stay really tight with it. And then maybe you find that you can walk that foot back a little bit more as we release that tension that we were holding. Get a deeper stretch through that hip. And then come back to those hands. Let's switch sides. And we'll bring that left knee to that left wrist. Foot comes across. Left or right leg back. And when you're ready, lower onto those forearms. Rest the head down if you'd like. And we'll press that left shin down and back, right knee's pulling forward. Hold that for a couple breaths. And maybe you can send that leg back, that right leg back a little bit more. And then come on onto those hands. Step it back to that down dog. Hold it for a moment. And we'll come back to that squat. We'll hold this a little bit longer. Heels in, toes out. Drop those hips down. Hands come to heart center. You want to add that stretch, extending out through those arms. You can too. If you just want to hold this deep squat, that is just fine too. And then go ahead and roll it on down. We'll come onto your backs, just hugging those knees in. Now let's twist. So right knee in, left leg out. Bring that knee across the body. Reaching that right arm out. And bring that knee back up. Switching sides, left knee hugs in, right leg extends out. And twist that knee across. And bring that knee back up. Let's finish off with a happy baby. So you bring onto the big toes, the outside edges of the feet. Tailbone draws down first. Chest is lifting. And then start to extend through those knees. Try and bring the bottoms of the feet to point up towards the ceiling first. Pull those knees down towards the ground a little more. And then we can extend out through those knees a tiny bit more. And go ahead and release. Just hug those knees in. Roll it on up to a seat. Crossing those legs, just like we started. So eyes closed down, hands on those knees. Breathing in and out through the nose. And finding that quiet space, focused on that breath. Then blinking, open those eyes. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next week. And I will let you know on Monday what the schedule is, the class schedule is for next week. All right, have a good one.